Hello, fabulous superstar Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of September 2018, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an amazing month it is. We have an active sky playing out right now, and an important sky at that. It is one that is suggesting that we are nowhere near done the year of retrogrades, let me tell you, but at the same time, we are making progress. You add to this a romantic new moon and a full moon happening in a financial part of your sky. Well, it all adds up to an eventful and important month. So let's start with those retrogrades, okay? So on the one hand, Mars is now direct. We're still in retrograde season until we get further into next month, but at least now Mars is direct. Mars will be returning to the sign just before yours, which means that on the one hand, a lot of the issues and learning and inner spiritual work that might have been awakened for you these last few months, well, they're going to reach another peak moment in the middle of the month when Mars makes its final connection to Uranus. So you can expect yourself to have an epiphany moment, a sudden awareness that helps you to see yourself and your life very differently in the most empowered sense. You add to this the fact that early in the month, right around the 3rd of the month, give or take a day on either side, depending on where you are on the planet, well, Venus is going to enter shadow. So yes, we have a Venus retrograde season beginning now. Venus won't actually be retrograde for a little while, but I'll be here to talk about it every step of the way. This season will take us right into December. So we all, as a collective, will be asking ourselves, do I love it? This person, place, thing, or situation in my life. And where it is that we start to search our soul and realize that we don't, then we will make changes. Now for you, this Venus retrograde starts out in a part of the sky that has to do, on the one hand, with deep emotional regeneration, which is very powerful indeed. On a more practical level, it has to do with your relationships with financial institutions. And so this is going to ask you, what do you really consider your definition of wealth? These are powerful lessons where you realize like what really matters, what really doesn't, what you've been giving energy to. And you very likely are going to have to look at a redefinition of wealth that will start to emerge for you in the weeks and months ahead. At the same time, though, it is going to be at the new moon that Venus will change signs. While in retrograde season, we'll move into fellow water sign Scorpio, which means that you will be considering what love is in a much more lofty sense, and the philosophies that you hold where it comes to love, the values that you hold where it comes to love. And you're going to get some very valuable insights following this new moon. And why is that? Well, this new moon is happening in your opposite sign, which means love is going to come into focus. This new moon will be speaking in supreme harmony with Pluto and speaking in harmony with Jupiter as well. I feel like there is a lot of romance here. There is a real sense of an intensity where it comes to love that is happening at this time. However, this new moon is standing across the sky from Neptune in your sign, which means that all may not be as it seems on the surface, but whatever it is, you will be returning to it as we move further into this Venus retrograde season. Venus will also be in the first days following this new moon, will be speaking with Uranus and with Saturn, which is part of a defining characteristic of this Venus retrograde season. Now, I do have Venus retrograde specials on my website and in the superstar space, and I'll be putting something up on YouTube very soon, and you'll get a chance to have a look and learn even more about this coming Venus retrograde season. And of course, I'll be talking about it as we go along every step of the way, month to month and week to week. But for now, suffice it to say, it is the days around this new moon that are incredibly important to you where it comes to matters of love. It's like just when you think you know your answer, you realize that you're ready to look at love differently, more philosophically than you have before, and to consider what it is that where you are in love is actually saying as part of some larger spiritual lessons for you. So if you are someone who is open to meeting someone new, when you have a new moon in your opposite sign, it tends to bring someone into your life. When we have important lunar activity in our opposite sign, it's like the universe knows that we need to see ourselves differently as reflected in the eyes of another. And you are going to get that chance. You're going to get that chance to consider what it is that you're truly going for, what it is that you truly want, and the love that is available to you. Now, this search isn't going to just stay to a particular moment, but will take you on a deeper philosophical search that will move forward and evolve forward in the months ahead. For those of you who are in an established bond, this can be a powerful time in established bonds. There might be some sense of promises being made, or a sense of an intuition, if you will, things not said, but either one of you is going to believe anyways. Now, that can be a beautiful thing. But at the same time, look, there's a lot of intensity here, which tells me that there's a real sense of bonding, a strong sense of being together and of wanting to be together. At the very least, this is going to be intensely passionate. I mean, this goes beyond the passion of Mars. Mars can be passionate on a very physical level. When you have Pluto involved, it goes to levels of karma and levels of fate and levels of soul and psyche. And so this is a powerful time to reconnect with your partner, knowing that, okay, maybe some very idyllic things may be said, and yet there is that promise there of bonding very deeply and of understanding each other more deeply and bringing a healing energy into the mix. As we move towards the later part of the month, that's when we're going to have that full moon I mentioned. Now, this full moon is happening in a financial part of your sky. It is speaking in harmony with Mars, right? So that to me says karmic rewards that have a financial element to them, which can happen at this time. This can also be karmic rewards that affirm your self-esteem, that affirm your worthiness, and that help root you in that. But at the same time, this particular full moon is standing across the sky from Mercury. So just be careful of any kind of financial advice you're getting at this time, because it does look like some of it, you might be getting conflicting advice, or you might be hearing something and, you're having some inner questioning about it, whether or not you can admit that. And so just be a little bit mindful that this is a time where you want to pace yourself as much as possible where it comes to financial matters, and where it comes to matters of earning, yes, but spending as well. And that is further reinforced by the fact that Saturn is going to be speaking with this particular full moon in a conversation of tension. So you're very aware of what your responsibilities are and where your obligations truly lie, but also aware that there is a need to be mindful of time. And what I mean by that is, look, I really do believe you can have anything that you are willing to work for. Anything at all. If you are willing to put the energy out there, whatever that work is. Sometimes it's inner work or spiritual work. Sometimes it's, of course, actually practical work, but you can have that if you're willing to work for it. And that means giving yourself the time to work for it. And at the very least, this is a time that will make you aware of what is worth your time and what isn't. This can be a time as well for some people where they may find a particular financial source or perhaps a contract coming to a close, coming to conclusion. And ultimately, there is that sense of knowing that you are empowered and that even better things are in the world for you. And that is absolutely true. What I love about this month for you, well, look, there's a lot to love here, but I love those romantic vibes in the early part of the month. I think you're going to enjoy them so much. I think it's going to feel like a time when you're interacting with all kinds of people. And particularly where it comes to love, you're going to be open to love in a way that will change you. Love can be a transformative experience when Pluto is involved with this new moon the way it is now, which means that love will do some of the best that it promises, which is change you, and change you in ways that I believe you will like very much. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this every week by logging on to astrofabulous.com or nadiyashah.com. Sign up to be one of my superstars. Superstars get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, and so much more. All of this in the superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.